Well, energy analyst Professor Hartmut Winkler joins us now for more analysis. Prof, a very good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time this evening. Look, as you've heard on the clips, very varying reviews about the performance of the Eskom Board. What is your take on the performance of the board so far, a year into the appointment, with a very clear mandate, Prof, to fix the woes at Eskom? Should we be applauding or criticizing them any further?
None of the two. There's basically no way you can fix Eskom in a short time. So I don't know if people were expecting miracles from the board. I don't know what they thought was going to happen. But nobody, it doesn't matter how good they are or how professional or non-professional, you're not going to go into Eskom and suddenly change things overnight. The nature of our crisis is that we're far beyond that. We were in a decline, and the priority of Eskom at the moment is to stabilize a decline, which I think they have been able to do. We are in a position now where we are not really worse than we were about a year ago. So I think we're on the right track, but it's still going to take quite a while to get out.
Absolutely.
To what extent you can applaud or blame the board, I'm not sure. They're doing their job, but yeah, don't expect too much from them.
Absolutely, Prof. I mean, we heard just from one of the political leaders there saying that they've done something, but they still need to speed up the process. What do you think then is still outstanding, Prof, in terms of completely turning the power utility around, especially on issues that were not maintenance related, but the issues around corruption and so forth?
Okay, the corruption issue is real. It's one of the factors. It's not the whole picture, but certainly I think we have been doing a little bit better than we were about a year ago. I have no doubt that there are still lots to be uncovered, but at the same time, what we were experiencing earlier this year, where power stations were really breaking down rather rapidly and frequently, I think that seems to be a little bit better. I think the great success of Eskom, and I wouldn't say that's the board so much or even the management, I think it's just the organization itself, is that they prevented us from sliding to stage 8 load shedding this year. This is what I thought was going to happen, and it didn't quite happen. So well done on that front, but there are failures as well. In particular, I would highlight the life extension of Coburg nuclear plant as being particularly problematic. We were initially told 2 years ago that this would be a job which would be complete in a year, and so far it's taking far longer, it's costing a lot more, and that I would say is a real failure. Kusile has been a problem all along, but that's really errors which happened way back in the past. And the fact that they actually did manage to get one of the Kusile units up and running now again, I think is very good. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it would take longer than that. We'll have to see how long the other units take. They told us by the end of the year. I think that's going to be a challenge. I would rather expect that it would be sometime early in the new year.
And Prof, speaking of uncovering, I mean, with the issue of Mr. De Ruyter's damning allegations still not finalized, I mean, we're still unaware of what that internal investigation contained or revealed. And at this stage, still, the CEO has not been appointed as per Minister Gordon's instruction to rerun the whole selection process. Yes,
there again, it's, well, put it that way, not many people want to be the Eskom CEO, given, despite of what's no doubt a good salary that comes with it. But anybody that is moving into that position is going to come under attack virtually immediately. There's a huge reputational risk associated with it. So anybody's brave enough to come forward to do that, well, yes, that needs to be applauded. But it's going to be very difficult to find somebody. And again, we should not be looking for a messiah. Nobody's going to change and turn Eskom around overnight. It's at best going to be somebody who just goes through the motions. And oddly enough, the current acting CEO, who is not an engineer, but knows Eskom and is playing it quietly, seems to be doing about as well as one could. I think he's doing the right things under the circumstances. He's letting the organization, run itself and stopping things when things are like clearly wrong.
And Prof, look, with the electricity minister taking over some of the tasks that were aimed at, of course, fast-tracking as well as troubleshooting some of the most pertinent issues that were plaguing the power utility, which basically was to ensure that the energy availability is restored to the grid. What is your analysis here? Is he doing a great job? Are we moving forward in that direction at least?
Again, this is a person who is trying to do the right thing, but even doing the right things, you're not going to see results in the short term. We are still going to have load shedding for quite a few years still, and it doesn't matter how well or how badly Minister Ramokgopa performs. So I think he's going about it largely in the right way. I can't fault him on too many issues in that. But yeah, let him just get on with the job, and let's see how things pan out. But what the country needs, above all now, is a new energy plan, and then we can start looking at the implementation of it. The current electricity plan is long overdue, and that's the only thing that I can really at the moment highlight as a major shortcoming. And I hope that he's going to be something about it. It's a little bit unclear at the moment where the responsibilities lie.
And Prof, what do you think then are some of the most important issues that Eskom needs to attend to immediately to address all the issues that we've discussed during this interview? We now know that, of course, the IPPs are not the immediate solution.
Well, the IPPs are going to come, but they're going to go about this slowly. Doing something about Kusile, despite the air quality problems, which I'm afraid, yeah, we're sitting between two very bad choices. You could either have more load shedding for a long time still, or you could have the air pollution issues. So they went for the short-term solution of really just trying to get the power stations up and running. If they do manage to get Kusile going again, that will make a huge difference. And they just simply need to get this Kuberg exercise over and done with, and sort out whatever has been happening there. There were clearly all sorts of issues that they weren't foreseeing, and but now that it's started, we'll just have to see it through.
Thank you so much for your contributions this evening, Professor. That is Professor Hartmut Winkler, an energy analyst, talking to us about Eskom and the energy crisis.